everyone, and this is your daily dose of fire and for effect. I don't know what it's going to be called tomorrow. It might change. I don't know, but this is what I'm rolling with now. It's on GCVFriends.com, which is on our Substack. I think it's now on our YouTube. I think it's now on our podcasts. I don't know. It's just a one-man show for right now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I have mostly Afghan refugees working for me, but if you didn't know, the Trump administration is, pulling a lot of refugee services out, and I'm not a fan of it, and I'm a huge critic of that. It's affecting a lot of Afghan refugees right now. Some of them who are being caught up in dragnets and being sent, from what I hear, to possibly Panama. Some pretty horrific stories coming out. To all my Afghan brothers and sisters, just some thoughts. Always carry your papers, always carry your identification, always carry every single legal thing that you have on you. And if you have a contact with an attorney who is willing to represent you, have their number and memorize it. That's just some helpful hints from a retired spook who actually does have intelligence training. But that's neither here nor there. Going forward, I'm going to try to start doing these every day. It's hard for me to write all the time, so this is a little bit easier. I'm going to try to tackle some of the topics of the day because I don't have time to write about it all the time. And I get people come at me on Twitter and call me like a Trump fluffer or I don't know, a liberal cuck. I don't know. It's something new every day. So I'm just going to give you some thoughts. Like them, don't like them. God bless you. Secretary of Defense Hex has just, I think, announced recently that he's going to be conducting an investigation in the Afghanistan withdrawal. And I just want to say I am a fan of that. Yeah, I got it. There's a lot of stuff that he's done recently that I'm not a fan of. We could name them all if you'd like. I mean, it looks like he's going to be cutting about 8% of the Fed out of the DOD. Uh-oh. There's going to be a lot of fired general officers. And you know what? That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We lost 2 wars. So maybe a little fat off the DOD ain't going to be the worst thing in the world. Maybe we have too many higher headquarters. Maybe there's too many damn general officers. And there are. There's combatant commands, Air Force Central Command, which is part of this command. And at a certain point, you just want to go, how many layers is it going to be between the warfighter and the 4-star? So, hey, look, 8% fat. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with him doing the withdrawal investigation now. If I was in charge, I'd be like, let's look at the entire 20 years and see where all these son of a bitches are now. That's probably never going to happen. I mean, that's my wish upon a star. But I don't run the country, so if it's just going to be about the withdrawal, I'm for it. You know why? Because it's not about politics for me. I've actually sat with Gold Star moms. I talked to them. They've been on my show. And you know what? Some of them like Trump. Some of them don't like Trump. But you know what they all say to me? What happened in Afghanistan was a disgrace. Nobody was held accountable. So don't come at me with that shit. To be honest with you, I'm quite tired of it. We owe those families an investigation. And whoever's named, they can get decapitated. That's what's called public service, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, nobody said being a 4-star was without some problems. Nobody made those men and women become 4th stars or senior executive services. Nobody made them be the head of the Directorate of National Intelligence or whatever who's going to be involved in it. I don't give a shit. And neither should you. The Israelis, for God's sakes, you want to hate on them? Go for it. I love it. I don't care. I'll be very honest with you. Go for it. But at least they have already fired multiple commanders that allowed the 7 October pogrom to occur. How long has it been since the end of the 9/11 wars? 4 years. Let's play a game. Who's been held accountable? I don't know. I've been saying it for 4 years. Hold somebody accountable. The Biden administration, God bless them. Give me the Doha Agreement, force field. I love it. The Biden administration was in charge of the disaster's withdrawal. Nobody made them do it then. That was on them. The Doha Agreement wasn't like this force field that like somehow kept the Biden administration from like executing something. So really, look, I'm for it. I don't care. Whoever. I think the investigation should go wherever it goes. I hope it doesn't become only about the Biden administration, but that's probably what will happen. And you know what? Beggars can't be choosers in this world. You know, what veterans need should be something that's more important than the body politic every once in a while. I mean, thank you for your service should continue on, that we actually start to care for our veterans. Let's play a game. Who in America believes that the Department of Veterans Affairs does a really great job of taking care of the veterans? Nah, me neither. I don't think that. You know why I don't think that? Because in September last year, I was detained. I say unlawfully, but whatever, by a certain police department in Kansas City. And then I wound up being forced to choose where I wanted to stay in a mental hospital. When I reached out to the Kansas City VA and asked them to take me in, this is what they told me. This is a fact. I don't know what else to tell you. Because I was involuntarily admitted to it, because I was involuntarily admitted into this wonderful, really nice people at Advent Health that didn't let me go outside for 72 hours. No bath, no shower, just this. They did not allow me to leave the premise. And then they forced me to decide where I was going to go. I asked the VA to please help me in this matter, or they were going to send me to the loony bin, the state mental hospital. The VA decided to say no because I had been involuntarily admitted, not voluntarily admitted. They abandoned me. And then I spent a week in a state mental hospital with drug addicts, convicted felons, homeless people. God bless every single one of them. They're not bad people, actually. But it was quite traumatic and quite a way to thank somebody for their service because they had a bad day in public. You know, so give me a break about Secretary of Defense Hagsath. If he does some really, really horrible things, and there's some things about the DEI that I don't really like. I don't like DEI at all. And when you rip the Band-Aid off, people are going to act a certain way. And I can delve into that at another point in time. But for me, I'm going to say that on this one issue, investigating the Afghan withdrawal, I think it should be bipartisan. And it shouldn't be about political football. It really shouldn't, man. Like, we lost a war and we abandoned our allies, to put it lightly. And now they're being raped and murdered. And now we're closing the freaking pathways for them to come. I get it. I mean, people voted for this. I don't know what else to say. I wish they hadn't, but they did. I really wish that the Biden administration had done something more than their fiddle fucking that they did for the 4 years that they were in charge. Oh, great. You made pathways for people to come out. Ooh, neat. You never took accountability for your own actions. And then you shook hands with Zaghani. And then you shook hands with the Taliban. And then you shook hands with Jelani. I mean, hey, bro, thanks for getting some of my friends out while they're being gang raped. Wow. Slow clap. Nevertheless, I was going to vote for him over Trump. So please don't come at me that I'm just like some real closeted whatever Trump MAGA person. Just stop. Everybody should, kind of like level it down a little bit. They're all son of a bitches. I hate to tell you that. I've served under 4 different administrations. They're all hucksters and con men in one way or another. And somehow some of them have gotten into the levers of power. Sometimes you get some good ones. Sometimes you get some clowns. Sometimes you get some arsonists. Well, hey, baby, you vote for what you get. Elections have consequences. Not my fault. I'm just a grumpy combat veteran. And saying that, GCV 6 is out.